We back, man. We back. One thing we ain't gonna do is complain. We back. We back. We back, man. We back. We back, man. Salute to S Freak. Freak in the building. We back. Listen, man. Those Somalis seem like good people, man. Those people from Somaliland, they seem like good people. But they got a lot of work to do in their own country. Press one. They got a lot of fucking work to do in their own country. They got a lot of fucking work to do, man. And we holding them back, man, we're not helping them by letting them come over here and escape their calling. Their calling is to fix their own country, and we're holding them back by letting them avoid that by coming over here. Yeah, this shirt is at the Ock Nation merch store, man. If you want this shirt, just go to the Ock Nation merch store, man. I'll put the link in the description box, man. If you want this shirt, just go to the Ock Nation merch store, man. Put a link in the put the link in the description box, man. To the Ock Nation merch store, man. Yeah, put a link in the description box, man, for you guys, man. If you want to get this shirt, it has his last tweet. This has DVK's last his last comments, man. His last shirt's a little faded, but it has his last comments in his last comments, and then it has a image from this. We did a show for him. We did a show. Jesus Christ. We did a show commemorating him, and this is one of the super chats from the show that we did commemorating him, and this is one of his last comments he made in the chat. So you can get this shirt over at the Ock Nation merch store, man. You know. I put the link. I put the link in it. The link is in the description box, but I'll put the link in the chat too. Shout out to Gouch Malo, man. Shoot the S Freak, man. It's Freak in the building. Boy Kachina says, Happy New Year, Ock fam, RPDVK. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All good, man. We back in effect with a mask in the tech, man. We ain't mad. YouTube do what they do. Sometimes you're saying too much truth, man. Listen, man. Yeah, shout out to PN. I think PN was good friends with DVK. I think she the one who told us about his untimely passing.
Police are looking for the suspect in the deadly stabbing of a CVS employee working on Christmas night. This happened at a store along Montauk Highway in Lindenhurst. And as News 4's Jessica Cunnington explains, police have identified a person of interest, but they're also calling out the store.
Aditsan Sine Jr. wasn't scheduled to work on Christmas Day, but when he was called to fill a shift at CVS in Lindenhurst, he went to work, eager, as his family says he always did. But the 23-year-old would never come home. Police say he was stabbed to death inside just before 7 p.m.
It appeared that this poor kid went to work, on Christmas, and, he was, again, assaulted while he was working behind the counter in the store.
The store on Montauk Highway closed today, but Vincent Matthews came only to leave flowers.
Horror. No one deserves it to have their life taken on Christmas.
Early this afternoon, Suffolk County Police Commissioner Kevin Catalina says they now have a person of interest in mind, but don't know what led up to the attack, calling out CVS and its policies for not immediately releasing video from inside the store to detectives.
The video shouldn't have been held for 18 minutes, let alone 18 hours. So, again, it's been pretty frustrating. Quite frankly, that has hampered our ability to make an arrest in this investigation.
The police commissioner says detectives worked through the night, speaking with witnesses who were inside and also canvassing for video at locations outside the CVS that led them to that person of interest.
Based on the person of interest and his background, I could only assume that he was in the store for nefarious reasons.
A spokesperson for CVS telling News 4 it took time to pull and package the video police requested, and it was sent via email at 12:30 p.m. Aditsan had worked here for almost a year, and across the street at Luigi's Pizza, Noel Cornejo says he was regular.
He was a very helpful person, good-hearted.
Sine's 3 siblings and large, tight-knit family now ending the year grieving at their West Babylon home and remembering his spark and smile. Jessica Cunnington, News 4, New York.
Damn, he looked like a Somalian too, didn't he?
That led them to that person of
I mean,
interest.
like this dude looked like he looked like a Somalian or some kind of. God damn. Shit. That motherfucker looked like a Somalian. It's more of them here than they're letting on. Press 1. There are more of them here than they're letting on. I think the true number of how many of them are here is staggering. I bet the true number is staggering.
Well, now to this. Tonight, a woman in Covington says that Crime Stoppers isn't paying on a promise.
That's right. It's been over 3 weeks since law enforcement found an escaped inmate from the Rockdale County Jail that had been on the run for close to 3 days. And the woman who provided that tip says she isn't getting her reward. 11 Alive's Chase House has her story.
Tips from homeowners living on Green Acres Court in Pennington Street off of Jackson Highway are what helped law enforcement find escaped inmate Timothy Shane in this abandoned home behind me on Morris Drive earlier this month after a multi-day manhunt. The Rockdale County Sheriff's Office even crediting those tips with his capture. It was that security camera notification and a ring at Rodnika Twilley's doorbell that sent the Covington Police Department to her home on Green Acres Court.
Like, this guy was dangerous. Who knows what could have happened if he came in my house?
This is video from Twilley's doorbell camera around 12:15 in the morning on December 3rd.
I was wondering if I could make a phone call.
The man asking to use her phone, then escaped inmate Timothy Shane, who law enforcement was searching for after he escaped from Grady Hospital while under the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office supervision.
Immediately when they came, officers surrounded the house looking, but then 2 came inside to view the camera, and then they used their phone to hold it up and take a video, and then I sent them a video.
While Shane was on the run, Crime Stoppers of Greater Atlanta put out this flyer offering up to $5,000 for any information that leads to his whereabouts. The video you're watching is of Shane being taken back into custody. And
See, black people only snitch when it's a white criminal. Press 1. If this was a black criminal, man, she wouldn't have snitched, man. You can't use my camera. Get out of my house. I know my rights. She don't mind snitching because it ain't gonna be no retribution. And when I heard, I was like, when I said she was on camera, the way this started, I was like, yo, is she crazy? This is awfully dangerous. Weren't you thinking that? Press 1.
Well, now to this. Tonight, a woman in Covington says that Crime Stoppers isn't paying on a promise.
That's right. It's been over 3 weeks since law enforcement found an escaped inmate from the Rockdale County Jail that had been on the run for close to 3 days. And the woman who provided that tip says she isn't getting her reward.
I was like, yo, that's dangerous, sister. You bumped your head, but then when you find out as a white dude, you know, ain't no she's safe, man. Ain't no white people gonna come looking for retribution and shit. Ain't no white people gonna come back and looking to do something to her, to harm her, because she done snitched on somebody. Barry B is in the building. Shout out to Barry B. She don't care. It's a white person. That sister do not care. This is a white man. Black people will snitch on white people. Black gangsters will snitch on white people. Snitching on white people is different. There's no snitch code when it comes to white people. Okay? she'd be all right. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to her.
For any information that leads to his whereabouts. The video you're watching is of Shane being taken back into custody.
If this was a black criminal, we would be the news camera would be showing us a picture of her shoes. They would be showing us a picture of her shoes in her shadow. We would be seeing footage of her shoes in her shadow, and her voice would be like, her voice would be all distorted and shit. And they definitely wouldn't have her fucking house on the fucking news either. Press 1. If this was a black criminal.
Came inside to view the camera, and then they used their phone to hold it up and take a video, and then I sent them a video.
While Shane was on the run, Crime Stoppers of Greater Atlanta put out this flyer offering up to $5,000 for any information that leads to his whereabouts. The video you're watching is of Shane being taken back into custody, and Twilly believes it was her tip just hours earlier that led police to him, so she should be given the cash reward. And Twilly says she's reached out to Crime Stoppers about the reward, but hasn't heard back. Some people are going to say, well, you shouldn't worry about the money. It should be about getting that dangerous criminal off the street. How do you respond to somebody that may say that to you?
Well, I can agree. We're all happy that he is off the street. However, some people could have turned a blind eye and was like, hey, just ignore the ring, go somewhere else. But we did make that call, and they did put it out there that there was an award.
According to the Crime Stoppers of Greater Atlanta's website, in 2024, they received more than 4,100 tips. On Wednesday and Thursday, I reached out to the Atlanta Police Foundation, who oversees the program, to see how many of those tips led to a reward. I never heard back. As for if and when Twilly will get her reward, I'm still working to figure that out too. In Covington, Chase Howell, 11 Alive News.
Now in March, Crime Stoppers raised their standard reward from $2,000 up to $5,000 for information that leads to the arrest of an individual engaged in criminal activity.
First tonight, 2 men, including a homicide suspect, are now in custody. I'm Summer Knowles.
And I'm Stuart Moore. Tonight, this comes after a confrontation with Orange County deputies that forced deputies to open fire.
West News' Tony Atkins is live at the Orange County Sheriff's Office right now. And Tony, this incident is believed to be tied to a Christmas Eve shooting.
Well, Summer, deputies tried to confront the suspect in order to eventually get a DNA sample that they needed in this homicide case from Christmas Eve. But investigators say when deputies showed up, they say another person that was with the alleged suspect then opened fire.
Holy shit. Just think about that, man. Think about that, man. That dude opened fire on police, and because they were approaching his friend. Jesus Christ.
Sample that they needed in this homicide case. Confront the suspect in order to eventually get a DNA sample that they needed in this homicide case from Christmas Eve. But investigators say when deputies showed up, they say another person that was with the alleged suspect then opened fire.
This is extremely dangerous work, to go out and contact the homicide suspect to obtain their DNA.
2 men are now in custody after one of them allegedly tried shooting at Orange County Sheriff's deputies. OCSO says it happened at 9:40 Friday night here on Buchanan Bay Circle as deputies worked to get a DNA sample from the man suspected of killing a 17-year-old boy on Christmas Eve.
And as soon as our deputies exited their vehicle, this other man opened fire on our deputies, striking one of our vehicles. The suspect in our homicide case was also armed with a handgun, and he was detained.
Deputies say the homicide suspect tried running back in the house. He was detained. The other man accused of shooting at deputies, a 20-year-old, was shot. Authorities say he will face charges for shooting at law enforcement.
It sounded like they were just trying to shoot as much as they could and then took off.
Friday night shooting all ties back to Christmas Eve. A 17-year-old identified as Jamar Jerome was shot in broad daylight at the Greens condominiums on PGA Boulevard. The shooting forcing residents out of their homes for hours.
Christmas is all about family and, gifts and love and all that stuff. And somebody got killed, it's horrible.
Now the murder suspect and man accused of shooting at the deputies are both in custody after a dangerously close call for those sworn to protect and serve.
While we're all home enjoying the holidays with our family and our friends, our deputies, our detectives.
Yeah, homie had the pistol grip on the Glock. That's for sure. Homie had that. I think that's when they got the switchy, because the switch make the they it's hard for them to aim with the switch. So I applaud this son man for trying to make it so he can aim when the switch is on there, man. He wants to make sure he killed the 17-year-old the day before.
The men and women in the Orange County Sheriff's Office are working hard to bring justice to these families. And so the pursuit of justice doesn't stop during the holidays. We owe that to the families of these victims.
And the Florida Department of Law Enforcement is investigating this shooting. The deputy who fired his weapon was placed on paid administrative leave pending the outcome of that investigation. Also, OCSO says no deputies were hurt. I'm covering Orange County live at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Tony Atkins, West 2 News.
We are hearing from the family of a 13-year-old girl shot and killed on Christmas Day.
Deputies say Imani Jackson was accidentally shot and killed by another teenager. West 2's Tony Atkins spoke with Imani's cousin and her mentor tonight.
She had goals.
The gift of life suddenly lost on Christmas Day.
She would never get to go to prom. She would never get to go to college.
13-year-old Imani Jackson was shot at this home on Okata Court in Orange County. She later died at the hospital. Deputies say a 15-year-old boy went to investigators on scene, saying he was responsible for the shooting and that it was an accident.
He's a child, but at the end of the day, his family will get to go and see him. My family won't get to see Imani anymore.
Imani's death, a tragic ending to a short life that's seen its share of pain. Imani lost her mother and her little sister in a car crash in 2017.
She went through a lot in her life, with her mother passing away a few years back and her baby sister, but with the lemons that she was given, she made lemonades out of it.
Don't scare my student. Don't scare my student. That's my baby. Don't scare her.
Chrissy Boyce, a mentor with Elevate Orlando, was Imani's mentor. She says hearing the news was devastating.
When I found out, I screamed, cried. It wasn't very pretty.
Imani Jackson, a girl with goals, one of those trying out and eventually making her high school's cheerleading squad.
So it was my goal to talk to the cheerleading coach at the high school that she's intended for, and just figure out when it is. And I did. I talked to the coach, but unfortunately I won't be able to give that information to Imani.
And while this family doesn't know exactly what happened.
Wow. Little fucker playing with guns, man. Oh, man. And we don't know what happened. We don't know if he really shot her on purpose or it was an accident. We don't know. We just know what he said, man. He could have shot her on purpose.
thing is that they want accountability.
I think there needs to be some accountability. At 15, you should not have a gun.
Covering Orange County, Tony Atkins, West 2 News.
A police search for the gunman who...
It's always blacks, man. Anytime there's a shooting, it's blacks, man. Press 1. You can almost chalk it up to being blacks, man. When there's a shooting, man. A lot of shooting on Christmas, man. The fuck is you niggas? Well, it's snowing up here in Pennsylvania, so people ain't really out. But god damn, you niggas shooting on Christmas? Niggas ain't got shit else to do. Jeez. Fuck. Jesus Christ. These are sons, man. This is son life. This is what son life is like, man. It never stops, man. It never stops. Son reality never stops.
A police search for the gunman who opened fire and shot 2 people, killing 1 and wounding a 14-year-old boy. It happened on Addy Avenue in Allerton this evening.
So in the last 3 stories, we got a 17-year-old shot, a 13-year-old girl shot and killed. So 17-year-old boy was shot and killed, 13-year-old girl shot and killed, and this one is a 14-year-old. This is Blackistan.
A police search for the gunman who opened fire and shot 2 people, killing 1 and wounding a 14-year-old boy. It happened on Addy Avenue in Allerton this evening. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo.
Cops were in and out of Eastchester Gardens all night. Detectives looking for clues that could lead them to the people responsible for opening fire on the 7th floor, shooting and killing someone and wounding a 14-year-old. It happened in the hallway right outside Leon's door.
I was just in my room doing my studying, and I heard a bang, bang, bang 3 times, right? When I ran to this door, I seen 3 people running downstairs near the staircase, and then I seen an individual holding my doorknob, so I pushed him out the way.
Leon works a security job at a local nursing home and is tired of coming home and not feeling safe in his own building.
When I'm coming back at 12 a.m. in the night, I see kids chilling in the park. That should not happen. That's completely unacceptable because, there's this neighborhood is not the safest, because of the gangs, kids hanging out and the constant use of gun violence.
This is a brave man, yo. This is a brave fucking man. Leon, man. Shout out to Leon, man. He's a real man, a real stand-up man. This is a real, what he's doing, gliders, let me tell you, gliders and Hispanics and everybody else who's not black. I know you're like, what's so big of a deal? I mean, he's just being a normal fucking citizen. In Blackistan, what he's doing right now is looked down on by women. Women in Blackistan will look down on him for this. Press 1. Women, girls, and shit. Salute to this man.
In the hallway right outside Leon's door.
I was just in my room doing my studying, and I heard a bang, bang, bang 3 times, right? When I ran to this door, I seen 3 people running downstairs near the staircase, and then I seen an individual holding my doorknob, so I pushed him out the way.
Leon works a security job at a local nursing home and is tired of coming home and not feeling safe in his own building.
When I'm coming back at 12 a.m. in the night, I see kids chilling in the park. That should not happen. That's completely unacceptable because, there's this neighborhood is not the safest, because of the gangs, kids hanging out and the constant use of gun violence.
Police say the shooting happened just before 6:30 when most people were home having dinner, spending the evening indoors away from the frigid cold. The 14-year-old boy was shot in the arm. The other male, who died, shot in the chest.
lost somebody young in front of the building like a year ago or something, or 2 years.
This is a more common occurrence than residents would like, unfortunately. One man tells me that he heard the shots and initially thought they were coming from outside, where he remembers a previous gang conflict. Then he realized those gunshots were coming from a few floors above him, too close for comfort. Leon wants to see this kind of police presence more regularly.
This neighborhood has been filled with gangs for like the past 20 years now. So I believe that if law enforcement has a little bit more presence, these things will be lessened.
Hoping that will deter people who are willing to pull the trigger. No arrests have been made yet. Police are looking for multiple suspects. In the Allerton section of the Bronx, Anthony Carlo, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
At the beginning of the hour about a young girl who was shot and killed on Christmas Day in Orange County, and sadly in Volusia County, a 17-year-old boy killed by gunfire as well on Christmas night.
Investigators are looking for suspects in connection to the shooting death of 17-year-old Brendan Watkins. It happened on El Campo Avenue in Deltona around 8:40 last night. West 2's Michelle Meredith live at the Volusia County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, they got Pat. They got Pat out here reporting, man. I ain't seen you since Saturday Night Live, man. Long time no see, Pat.
Michelle, they have some clues to work with, they say.
Well, there are homes on that street that have surveillance cameras, and those images are giving investigators a feel for what might have gone down. It started as a quiet Christmas night on El Campo Avenue in Deltona, but close to 9 o'clock, shots rang out. And when it was over, a teenager, 17-year-old Brendan Watkins, was dead. According to neighbors, surveillance video shows that a car pulled up right here on the street. The doors open, the trunk opens, then the trunk closes, the door closes, and that's when they hear gunfire. And that's where the 17-year-old was killed. Bullets went flying down the street. One neighbor showed us where a bullet slid just over his garage door. They tell us investigators broke sections open trying to find it. What was the motive? The Volusia County Sheriff's Office says it appears it was a robbery attempt. Victor Martinez lives nearby. Does it scare you, surprise you, shock you a little bit that this has happened on the street?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Why?
Because, I mean, I got kids of my own. So you never know what could happen, you know. Or the kids out on the road or something come up to them or whatever. You never know what could happen to them.
Now, neighbors tell us that the teenager lived nearby, but not on the street where he was shot and killed. Live in Volusia County, Michelle Meredith, West 2 News.
Dang. That was probably his son, too, man. God damn. Okay, we got a white man shot. Good shit.
A heartbreaking Christmas for a family in Brooklyn. A man says his 46-year-old son was fatally shot outside a medical treatment center on Christmas Eve. Police do not have anyone in custody, and the victim's dad tells Lisa Rosner he does not believe his son knew the suspect.
He helped me, with the shopping, with everything else. This is like my right hand.
7-year-old Stanislav Ivanovich spent Christmas Eve preparing a holiday feast for his two sons in their Midwood apartment, only to find out last night the older one would never come home. He says police told him his 46-year-old son, Marcin Ivanovich, was fatally shot in the chest just before 10 a.m. Wednesday outside the St. Jude Treatment Center in Brownsville.
They said, that he came from the clinic and argued with some guy, because they ask for some money or something, and then somebody.
This is giving son vibes, man. This is giving me son vibes. I'm getting son vibes. I'm getting son vibes. Support the channel. Hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Sponsor tonight's show, man. Take the leap, man. Put 100 on it. Put 50 on it. Put 20 on it. Sponsor tonight's program. I'm getting son vibes from this, man. It's a chance encounter. He didn't know the person. He didn't. When you get killed by somebody you don't know, that's another context clue. Son don't have to know you. It don't have to be a blood feud. It could just be like, just whatever happened right there, son, to just take your life. Press 1.
10 a.m. Wednesday outside the St. Jude Treatment Center in Brownsville.
They said, that he came from the clinic and he argued with some guy, because they asked for some money or something. And then somebody picked up the gun and shot him.
Police say Ivanovich was taken to Brookdale Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Thursday, his scooter was still outside and there was
his scooter's still out there. That's sad.
There was what appears to be a bullet hole outside the building where the father says he went to for methadone treatment Wednesday, something he'd done daily for years because his father says he became addicted to painkillers after a shoulder surgery.
Damn, methadone clinic put you in fucking in proximity, man. He was proximal, man. Salute to my man Steve, man. He said, "You cracked me up, dude." Shout out to Steve, man.
After a shoulder surgery. There are surveillance cameras around the building. We asked police if anyone was identified as a person of interest. They told us the investigation is ongoing. NYPD sources say the shooting may have stemmed from a physical dispute and that the suspect was dressed in all black with a yellow hooded sweatshirt. Ivanovich wants to see an arrest, saying his son didn't deserve this.
Very nice guy, that he was friendly, he helped everybody.
On this holiday, the devastation difficult to bear as he also lost his wife several years ago in a car accident.
After 6 days, she died, now my son died. Then it's time for me to be dead.
He says he brought the family here from Poland for a...
That's fucked up, man. Shit. Poor guy, man. Poor guy, man. Salute the Buster Hoonahan, man. Poor guy, man. Poor guy, man. This is sad, man.
Better life, and now as he himself faces health issues, he can barely afford his apartment. In Midwood, Brooklyn, Lisa Rosner, CBS News, New York.
Also today, some really eye-popping video of what the New Orleans police superintendent calls a life and death situation for one of her officers. The NOPD today released a set of videos of what turned out to be a deadly encounter that started in a Walmart parking lot.
Here's San Trung with more on what the videos show.
The first video starts off normal enough. It's from a surveillance camera at the Walmart on Chapatula Street, where New Orleans police officers Rachel Wiley and Michael Salahuddin were working an off-duty security detail. Roughly 2 weeks ago, around 10:30 a.m., they respond to a car where the driver, Gregory Williams, is suspected of a drug overdose.
And there you could see hypodermic needles in plain view. So they...
Thank you for being a friend. Travel around the world and back again. Your heart is pure. You're a friend and a confidant. And if you throw in a party and invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, "Thank you for being a friend." They got goddamn Estelle Getty as the motherfucking police chief. Ain't that a bitch? How the fuck is the Golden Girls a goddamn police chief? Ain't that a bitch?
Knew they were probably looking at an overdose situation. And as our officers are trained, they were trying to save his life. So they administered 2 doses of Narcan.
Pay attention to the top right corner of your screen. Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick says when Williams regains consciousness, he manages to drive off, hitting a woman.
Wow. When they gave him some Narcan, and he immediately drove off with the cop who saved his life. No regard for the cop who saved his life. He's willing to kill the cop who saved his life.
Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick.
This gotta be a son, man, yo. Press 1.
Patrick says when Williams regains consciousness, he manages to drive off, hitting a woman and speeds out of the parking lot, all while Officer Wiley is hanging on the driver's side door. Right behind, Officer Salahuddin chases after them. The car then turns onto Rousseau Street, where police say Officer Wiley has to make a critical decision.
She is in a life and death situation. You're going to see how significant that situation is, and that is clearly a life or death situation. And she pulled her gun, and she did shoot.
That might be a glider. That might be a glider in that car, man. Gregory something. Yeah, that might be a glider. This is one brave female cop, man. We got to get this female cop. You know, I'm not in support of all female cops, but this one right here, man. This one right here, man. She you know, she can keep her job, man. You can keep your job, baby. Okay? You can keep your job, man. Being a lady cop is not fun, man.
And she did shoot twice, but she hit once. She hit Williams one time.
As the car heads into oncoming traffic, Officer Wiley becomes dislodged. An instant later, the car sideswipes a truck. Here's another view. You can see Wiley separating from the car right before it hits the truck, where she lays injured.
Williams, however, continues down the road. After having been shot, he's been shot between that spot where he's pulled out, and Officer Wiley falls out of that vehicle.
The car then slams head-on into another car parked nearby. Williams eventually died.
Falls out of that vehicle.
The car then slams head-on into another car parked nearby. Williams eventually dies. Officer Wiley suffered multiple injuries. The end to an unpredictable chain of events.
They come out to try to save a man's life, and indeed, in turn, he tries to kill one of our officers. And that's just unfortunate, and I'm sorry again for the family, but these officers need to be...
What are you sorry for the family for? Yo, no, that's the wrong thing to say. This is the type of shit that my officers deal with. They come out and save a man's life, and he wakes up out of a near-death situation because we administered Narcan to him, and he instantly tries to kill one of our officers that saved his life. And this is what our officers deal with on a daily basis. Not, I feel sorry for his family. Are you fucking nuts? Are you fucking nuts, lady? Blanche? You nuts, Blanche? Yeah, should have taken the keys. Yeah, definitely should have taken the keys. Definitely should have taken the keys, man. They just was like, they was slipping. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Because anytime you end up like this, listen, Listen, let me show you something. When you end up in this position, man, you did something wrong. You did something wrong, man. If this is how it's going, you did something wrong. Okay? You don't get here by accident, man. Shout out to Boy Kachita, man. Yo, you did something wrong. You end up like that. Shout out to Adolf Diversity, man. Adolf Diversity in the building, man. Yo, if you end up like that, man, you fucked up, man. The man was probably like, take the keys out. She's like, no. You're worried about his keys? I'm worried about his life. That nigga woke, that motherfucker, it's probably a glider. As I can see a light-skinned black man. Because the skin is light. The skin is light. That's a light skin. And as cold as it is, wouldn't no sun man be wearing no fucking shorts? So that's probably a glider, man. Sun man don't wear shorts in the wintertime, man. Salute the Deluxe 247 aka Calvin, aka the real MVP coming through once again. Listen, man. When you end up like she did something wrong, yeah, that's a great point, man. They didn't follow procedure, man. And they almost got what about the person in this car? They didn't tell us nothing about the person in this car that got fucking smashed. What happened to them?
Into another car parked nearby. Williams eventually dies. Officer Wiley suffered multiple injuries. The end to an unpredictable chain of events.
They come out to try to save a man's life, and indeed, in turn, he tries to kill one of our officers. And that's just unfortunate, and I'm sorry again for the family, but these officers need to be defended, and fortunately, our community does see them, I think, as heroes.
What a year for this lady. Remember January 1st?
He does see them.
Who remember last year? I think it was January 1st when they had the terrorist attack. The guy ran over all those people in the French Quarter. And then she got a lot of flack for that. Because it turned out that like there was some like barriers they were supposed to put up, but she was like, they didn't need them or some shit like that. And now here we got her ending the year apologizing to the fucking family of this fucking asshole.
I think as heroes.
The police chief says the innocent bystander who was hit in the parking lot is recovering, as is Officer Wiley. There's also footage from the officer's body-worn cameras, but the chief says they're withholding that video to honor a request from the family of Gregory Williams, the driver who was shot and killed. Officer Wiley has been reassigned, which is standard procedures in these types of cases, but the police chief says her actions that day were nothing short of heroic.
So she gets reassigned. The fuck? Shit.
Tonight, we're hearing from a Central Pennsylvania graduate whose college football career is now on hold following a shooting hundreds of miles away. As CBS 21's TJ Anthony learned, his recovery journey is proving he can beat the odds.
Michael Bleedy, a Milton Hershey grad, ended up swapping football training sessions for physical therapy sessions, and that was all because of a shooting that ended up changing his life.
I went to my front steps. I was gonna take the keys out to open the door, and then somebody hopped outside the car, and then I was shot.
Michael Bleedy, graduating from Milton Hershey School, gaining a scholarship to play football at Iowa Central Community College. He never expected a shooting outside his father's home in Minnesota would happen, putting his football career on pause.
I was never going to walk again.
He says that's what doctors told his family following the May shooting that left the standout athlete critically hurt. Court documents said what started as an altercation during a basketball game at a park.
Uh-oh. 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 An altercation at a basketball game. Uh-oh. Yeah, man, it's never over. This is the thing, people. And listen, I can understand like why people, because you're thinking like yourself. You're like, all right, man, we got to deal with these niggas. All right, fuck this shit. It's over with. Sons is never over with. Sons is never over with. They can never let things go. Okay? All right? It's never over with. You ain't out of the woods with sons, man. These niggas followed him home. These niggas followed this nigga home after the game. At the fucking park. They followed him home. Tried to kill him.
Court documents said what started as an altercation during a basketball game at a park ended in gun violence a few days later.
It just felt kind of like an out-of-body experience, and then like I just remember like laying there and not being able to move my legs.
CBS reports police arrested one man whom they believe helped shooters. While investigators worked the case, Blitty turned his attention to one thing: fighting his way back.
I'm gonna walk the normal, start with left leg.
Step by step, he has pushed forward, making remarkable progress since first arriving.
Wow.
At first, I had to wear like a chest brace and a back brace, to having gotten that off to now being able to like do everything on my own and being able to walk.
Blitty hasn't let go of his dream, hoping to one day return to the game that shaped him.
It's been on pause since then, so I've only been able to like watch football and like not physically be a part of it.
Reporting in Hershey, TJ Anthony, CBS.
He talking about he want to play football again. That's crazy. That's bananas. Salute to him, man. Anything possible, man. Shit.
And good evening to you. I am Tom Ziska. We are glad to have you with us. We begin with a Porter man locked up tonight, accused of kidnapping a 15-year-old girl on Christmas Day. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says the father of the teen was able to alert police after he found his daughter using a parental control on her phone, which allowed him to check her location. Fox 26's Angie Rodriguez is here with that story. Angie.
Yeah, it's an application that many parents have, something like Life 360 or Find My iPhone. It's a type of software that allows parents to check on their kids' location, but sharing that information is a sensitive topic, as some people think those apps are too good to have. Others think just the opposite.
I know as a teenager, you might not want your parent tracking you, but when it comes to things like that, I mean, that could have been a really bad situation for her.
Family-wise, I feel like that's okay, but social media is pushing it.
Sharing your location. It's a divisive topic. Some think it's good for minors, while others think applications have too much sensitive information. But according to the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, location tracking is exactly what helped a Porter father find his 15-year-old daughter after she was allegedly kidnapped while walking her dog on Christmas Day. This is 23-year-old Giovanni Rosales Espinosa. He's accused of kidnapping the teen by threatening her with a knife from his car. The girl's father found her phone pinged to a nearby wooded area just 2 miles away. And when he pulled up to the scene, he found Espinosa half naked with his daughter and her dog in the vehicle.
This is one of the ways that smartphones and technologies serve a positive purpose. You know, they're often seen as the boogeyman, and social media and smartphone use is they're creating terrible people and the world is falling apart. But in reality, they have some good uses. And one is when your kids are younger, they do serve as a way to monitor your kids, where they are, what they're doing.
Jeff Temple is a professor and psychologist at UT Health Houston, and he says this case could have been a matter of life or death.
I do think that it is really important to communicate both ways, from kid to parent and parent to kid, about how you're going to use this function. In the case with Porter, it worked out beautifully. It worked out as it should, and a life was likely saved because of this function. But we want to make sure that we don't over-police, and we want to make sure that we're communicating with our kids about when we use it, when we should use it, and have that sort of open communication so that the kids know that you're using it when it's appropriate and that you only use it when it's appropriate.
And Temple continues to say that monitoring your child's location can become excessive. He says paying too much attention can be just as bad as none at all. Now, according to the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, we know Espinosa is being held without a bond at the Montgomery County Jail, and the investigation is still ongoing. In the studio, Angie Rodriguez, Fox 26 News.
Damn. So many sons, man.
Metro Police hoping someone will keep an eye out to help them identify suspects in a deadly shooting that left a 34-year-old man dead. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Rory Johnston. Gavin Thompson's being remembered now as a devoted family man who loved his dogs and his community. Detectives say suspects were caught on surveillance video fleeing the scene in a dark sedan. Our Kelsey Gibbs spoke with a close friend, now grieving his loss.
He was just a good dude, loved his kids, great dad, great husband, great son.
To the people who loved him, Gavin Thompson was defined not by how his life ended, but by how fully he lived it.
And I hope he's remembered in the right light.
What began as an ordinary Sunday night would soon turn into a moment his family and friends say they still can't comprehend. Police say the 34-year-old was approached by two masked men around 9:30 Sunday night at an apartment complex.
Try to rob him for the pit bulls. I think he might be a pit bull breeder or something like that. You know, this man try to rob him for these dogs, probably. These dogs are worth a lot of money. These little pit bulls are worth a lot of money.
On Zermatt Avenue. Investigators say Gavin tried to make it back to his car, but the suspects chased him, assaulted him, and opened fire. That's when detectives say Gavin was killed, a loss that has left his family and an entire community reeling. Homicide detectives continue to follow active leads in the December 14 case.
And just the whole idea.
Now, I want you to think about this. What city is this? Cleveland? Yeah, I think this is Cleveland. Ohio somewhere. No, Nashville. This is Nashville. Think about the caseload, man, that the homicide detectives already have. And think about how much time they're going to have before there's another homicide. And then another one, then another one, then another one, then another one. And then this family going to be calling down there like, what's the status on the case? What's the status on the case? Did you solve it yet? Did you solve it yet? And it's like, it's been like 5 new homicides.
Of this is just, it's heartbreaking, man.
Surveillance photos show the suspects leaving the scene in the back seat of a black sedan, believed to be a dark-colored 2014 to 2020 Chevrolet Impala with a Premier trim package.
I was in shock because he was the kind of guy like you would never think that would happen.
Those who knew Gavin say the shock comes from knowing the kind of man he was, someone who stood out not for conflict, but for compassion.
Never a jealous bone in his body. Always showed love. He was just a good dude. Loved his kids. Great dad, great husband, great son. Just an all-around great guy.
Demetrius Robinson met Gavin through their shared interest in dog breeding, a connection that quickly grew into a genuine friendship.
I told you. They were trying to rob him for them dogs. And he ran because he probably didn't want to get the dog up. They chased him. There was a struggle, and they shot him.
Now Robinson says that the same community is rallying together in Gavin's name.
The bully community came up with a reward of our own, so we're going to put that on top of the reward they already have out.
Robinson is offering a reward alongside Crime Stoppers, hoping someone comes forward with information needed to bring answers and accountability for a family still searching for justice.
So I just want to keep his legacy alive. We're going to keep his name alive.
For those who loved Gavin, remembering who he was is just as important as finding who did this. In Nashville, Kelsey Gibbs, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Kelsey. Anyone with information on this fatal shooting, or if you recognize the car involved, you should call Crime Stoppers.
Gee. Niggas, man. God damn, niggas, boy.
Let me love you, baby. I just, ooh, baby. Let me love you, baby. I just, ooh.
Okay. All right.
So President Trump just bombed northern Nigeria, and I see a lot of people from the West, Americans, engaging in a conversation that y'all don't have enough nuance to talk about, and I just want to shed some light. The Nigerian government is not to be trusted about anything that's happening to its citizens, point blank, period. This is the same government that'll set its own people on fire to heat a plate of rice. The Nigerian government said there's no Christians being killed in Nigeria. Let's even take religion out of it. Do we not remember the End SARS movement? Do we not remember the situation that happened at Lekki Tollgate, where we were watching live stream footage of the Nigerian police shooting and killing young protesters, and the Nigerian government turned around and said, that's not happening? A death toll that was uncounted because the Nigerian government tried to cover it up. Do we not remember that? Do we not remember the Bring Back Our Girls movement? 276 of them kidnapped from a school in Nigeria, overwhelming majority of them being Christian. Mind you, government officials were warned 4 hours in advance and they didn't send help. And then when it happened, they still didn't send help. That's not some right-wing talking point. That's been a situation since before the current administration was in office, not just the second time, but the first time. I was just in Nigeria, traveling through the East by car. I can tell you from what I saw with my own eyes, Nigeria has a problem. Just from what I saw with my own eyes, let alone everything that I've been hearing from my family back home for the past several years. This has nothing to do with the current administration, and it's actually extending beyond religion, race, tribe. The Nigerian government does not know how to take care of its people. We have a problem. I understand it's confusing because when you see posts that are talking about the violence in Nigeria, you have some Nigerians saying, yeah, it's happening and we need help. The Nigerian government isn't doing anything. And then you have others being like, I never heard anything about this. This is not true. This is a right-wing talking point. The people who are saying they haven't heard anything, I guarantee you they haven't been to the East. They haven't been to a village of any kind in a long time. North, West, East, South, doesn't matter. They probably live in the city. The people who are victims of this situation, of all of the situations of violence occurring in Nigeria that the Nigerian government is not doing anything to assist with, they are not represented on social media. Who even has access to internet? When I was in the East, half of the time I was using my hotspot. There were stretches of times where I couldn't even charge my phone consistently because there wasn't any electricity. You think that they're going to be in TikTok comments talking about yeah, this is exactly what's happening. Let me live stream it. Use your common sense. And the people who live in cities, it's not like they're not victims to the Nigerian government as well. On Christmas Eve, not a couple years ago, I'm talking about this year, a couple days ago, Lagos was on fire. Lagos Island was literally on fire. A whole entire building, shops filled with people's businesses, hard work, gone up in flames. The streets were on fire because they were covered in litter. Because guess what? No waste management. And this Nigerian government, the officials are pocketing the money that they should be using to clean up Lagos. Lagos is a hot mess. It took 3 hours before they got help to put those fires out. It's really sad because America obviously has its own selfish reasons for getting involved, but the Nigerian government is not using its resources to help its people. So it's either be robbed by the US or robbed by your own people.
Yeah, liberals got to take the side. Liberals are taking the terrorist side, man. Liberals are on the terrorist side. um, so it says they're making a
The flood predicted by Ebo Noah did not come as expected, which angered the thousands of believers who had gathered there to await its arrival. Ebo Noah had claimed that God warned him of a global flood and said only those who joined him would be saved. In preparation, he announced that he had built 8 large wooden arks. His message spread quickly online, and an estimated 280,000 people traveled to stay near him, seeking protection. Many followers also donated large sums of money to support the project. When December 25 passed, with no signs of flooding, frustration and panic grew among the crowd. Some followers began questioning where their money had gone after reports surfaced that Ebo Noah had used donations to purchase luxury items, including a Mercedes-Benz. As tensions rose, a group of angry followers surrounded Ebo Noah. Witnesses say the situation became chaotic before local authorities intervened. Police later took Ebo Noah into custody for his own safety and to prevent further escalation. Authorities have now launched an investigation into possible fraud and misuse of donations. Many former supporters say they feel deceived and are demanding answers, refunds, and legal action. Should Ebo Noah be held fully accountable for what happened, or should followers share responsibility for believing him in the first place? What do you think?
Yo, that's what's going on in Nigeria. The fucking Noah came back and said there was gonna be a flood.
History shouldn't even be called history at this point. I can't believe that I never learned that there were concentration camps for Black people. I can't believe that the only concentration camps that I ever knew about was from the Holocaust. Not diminishing those in any way, but I just think this is insane. I wasn't surprised to hear that the enslaved people that were quote unquote freed in the South after the Emancipation Proclamation were actually not free. Like, that's not surprising to me. What did send chills down my spine was finding out that over 20,000 Black men, women, and children were forced into a concentration camp called the Devil's Punch Bowl in Natchez. I think that's how you pronounce it. Natchez, Mississippi. They were promised a better life. They were promised so much that they would get a beautiful place of their own, because a lot of these white areas were being overpopulated once the enslaved people were quote unquote freed. So they herded them over to the Devil's Punch Bowl. And those same military troops that freed them forced them into this ravine with barbed wires around it, where they were forced to work without compensation. They didn't have food, they had no water, and they were left there. They were left there. Can you imagine leaving the atrocities of slavery and that's what you're met with? Can you imagine being parents? Can you imagine being parents, having to watch your kids sit there and starve? You look up at the barbed wires and you realize that there's no escape. And you're watching your loved ones drop like flies around you from disease and starvation. And you're forced to bury them in unmarked, shallow graves. Over 20,000 people unalived in a matter of a year. The people at that time got exactly what they wanted: an extermination. So yeah, to this day, there are peach trees grown over the ashes of the people that didn't get a chance at life. And there have actually been a lot of reports of people getting sick from eating those peach trees, probably because of the soil. I mean, hey, just a guess. So yeah, this is insane. The fact that we focus so much on reading To Kill a Mockingbird so all of my classmates could turn around when the N-word popped up, instead of actually learning the true history and giving these people the respect of talking about them, sharing their story, and not trying to erase them. Yeah, so anyway, y'all, as always, make sure you like and follow and comment down below if you want to keep decoding history with me. History shouldn't even be called history.
People of color are objectively attractive. This is not a hot take. So many white people look at beauty as simply being someone with white skin. It doesn't matter what that person's features are or how beautiful they really
Yeah, you're not beautiful. You have white skin. So, like literally, you have white skin and you're not beautiful.
People of color are objectively attractive.
People of color are objectively attractive, man. Who thinks people of color are objectively attractive? Holy shit. Who thinks people of color are objectively attractive, man? I don't know, man. Some people are attractive and some people aren't, man. This white woman crazy, man. She talking about people of color are objectively attractive. Hey, white woman, stop hating yourself, man. You don't have to dim your light, man. This is what Nicki Minaj was talking about. White people trying to dim their light to big up blacks and people of color. It's like it's not really it's offensive to a degree, because it's like, yo, you think you have to dim your light for me to shine. Just that is offensive. Press 1. The fact that you feel like you have to dim your light in order for me to shine is actually racist and offensive. Talk about some goddamn people of color are objectively no, ma'am, not all. Not all, man.
This is not a hot take. So many white people look at beauty as simply being someone with white skin. It doesn't matter what that person's features are or how beautiful they really are. And I keep receiving comments on all of my posts about how people of color aren't attractive, how black women aren't attractive, and that is blatantly wrong. The reason you don't find them attractive is because you're lying to yourself because of white supremacy. I've even had people be like, oh, well, I find them attractive, I just won't date them to preserve my race and preserve my culture. Thus,
Yo, what kind of chat do you got? What, yo, why are these? Yo, what kind of fucking chat page do you have? But these are the comments, man. These are some strange comments, man. I mean, even people don't really talk like that. Like, unless, what are you posting? What are you posting to make people say these types of things? She must be rage baiting people. Press 1. She must be rage baiting people to get these types of comments.
Literally what I'm saying. I mean, look at this. Look, I'm going to show you some people. I mean, these people are just objectively absolutely stunning and beautiful. And a lot of celebrities who are people of color haven't had any work done, and they're so gorgeous. Whereas the white beauty standard is having a lot of filler, being on Ozempic, really altering your body to be as thin as possible. Just because you are claiming that someone isn't attractive does not mean that that is a universal thing. In fact, in a lot of places outside of America and Europe, non-white people are the standard. You can say what you want, but stop declaring who you find attractive as objective fact, because you're fucking wrong.
You're either with the Liberal Party and you you take a Mark Ruffalo, he could say whatever he wants against Trump and he'll still get work as an actor. But if an actor like me or says anything or even questions or dares question the tribe of Democrats, that's it. You're out. You're out of Hollywood.
Did you know that before you opened your big mouth?
Well, not to this extent. I mean, when Hillary Clinton lost the election and I tweeted, I haven't seen the Democrats this angry since we freed the slaves. That was something that went pew everywhere. And then, they didn't like that. I remember my old boss at Saturday Night Live, Lorne Michaels, would say that the Democrats are more sensitive and they don't have quite the sense of humor to take to laugh at themselves as Republicans. And I think he was right.
That's a dude. That's a dude, bro. That's a dude. I can tell that was a dude.
Somebody, buddy don't know that's a nigga.
I can tell that was a dude. Yo, I feel bad for bro. Damn, I feel bad for bro. Man. I feel bad for bro. That's forever, dog. That's a nigga, man. You couldn't tell that was a nigga? Damn.
I'm not lying to you. Look right here. Look, I'm pull my shirt down a little bit. Look at my clavicle.
I'm not touching.
Do you see my clavicle?
No, I don't. I mean,
look at my clavicle.
I see right here. Yeah.
Yeah, I got shot. Look at my hands. Like I can't open and close my hand. I'm not lying to you.
You got shot there?
I got shot here and in my chest on my titty, right here, my titty part. Recently, a couple months ago, from a girl that was my best friend. And I just, this hurts. Can you just put it in the front?
Huh?
Can you just put it in the front? It really hurts. I have nerve damage. Look at my hands. They're two different sizes. Look. I'm not lying to you. Look at my hands.
Just show. Just keep your hands like that. Turn, because you can turn your hands so they're really loose. Okay.
This one
just
hurts.
keep it like
This one's not loose. I'm not gonna run it on my son. You guys everything.
Hear me
Can you
out.
just loosen this a little bit, please? That's all I have. I'm not trying to be annoying.
Which one?
This one, the one that looks little. No, it's not my child. That's my cousin. Could you at least take my son, please?
Yeah, sure. Gotcha. Where do you live?
Miami.
No, so where were you coming up here?
To her house.
Where's that at?
To Amelia's Fort.
When did you get shot?
A couple months ago.
Oh, was it a 22?
No, FN9. I'm going to court for this. I got shot in my neck. The girl's in court.
Yeah, no. What kind of caliber was it?
FN9. That's all I don't know. I don't know what's different. Can she at least take my phone? Because there's a lot for him to see. I don't want to see him see this shit.
Okay, sure. I'm going to take your time. Unless you're arrested, then we can go over that, okay? But you're just being detained, all right? As far as we know, you'll be good to go. We'll take whatever. We don't really care if there's just a little bit of...
All right? I'm good.
All right.
I'm not scared of nothing else. The only thing other than that is my meds from me getting shot. I got gabapentin and tramadol in me. That's it. That's all. I don't take the whole thing of the gabapentin with me because it's a big bottle. So I literally said, you could look it up. It's gabapentin. It's not a controlled substance, nothing like that. Nothing crazy.
Smash, man. Smash, yo. Smash, yo. Smash, man. Hit the like button. Sponsor tonight's programming, man. Take the challenge, man. support the show. Thank $5 challenge sponsor tonight's program. Yeah, man. Smash, man. Smash, Mo.
And you guys live in Miami currently? What part of Miami you guys live at?
Downtown.
Downtown Miami? Isn't it expensive over there or what?
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah. What do you do?
I dance. I didn't even know that was in there, sir. I thought I lost it. I didn't even know that was in there. You're getting mad at me. Why would I make you go through trouble? Why would I make him go through trouble? I have no warrant or nothing on my name. Why would I make him go through trouble?
What I'm saying is that you got a license. Why you ain't just
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know. That's not even like, I didn't even know that was in there. Why would I make him go through trouble? I couldn't even find it just now when I went to the store to go get roll-up. What are you talking about? I couldn't even find it just now. I went to the store.
Okay, see?
I went to go get tobacco from the store and I haven't shown him the one on my phone.
Okay, see? How did you do?
There's mad shit all in there.
Okay. You just, hey, listen. When you go, hear me out. When you going from here to up here, it's gonna make us
Those
go
are
up
my
here.
meds. I need those meds. He cannot take those away from me.
Just chill. He's probably looking at them.
He can't take them from
Okay,
me.
chill
I need
out.
those for
Okay.
my nerves.
Okay. Does it have your name on it and everything?
No, it doesn't have a name on it. I told you I left a big bottle at home. But that's my meds. I could call my pharmacy, like the pharmacy and everything. Those are I need those. Those are my neurological meds. Those are all meds. That has my name on it. The other one. Those are all meds from me getting shot. He was telling me that I got shot, please. So he don't think that I'm like, I'm just doing crazy shit. I have my phone on me. Sir, I got shot. Those are my meds for me being shot.
Yo.
She's still stripping us. Still swinging on that pole, man. Holy shit. This is Sakhili Intseli from Africa. He's just been convicted of producing homemade explosives in his London flat. The 18-year-old was likely planning jihad. His bombs contain nail ball bearings for maximum damage. That's one ugly motherfucker, bro. Oh shit. Just another day, man. Just another day. Oh shit. That's Russia. That's definitely Russia. Do you know that almost every car in Russia has dash cam because of shit like this? You rarely find somebody with a dash cam in America, but in Russia, almost all the cars have that because they drive like this over there. All the footage you see with dash cams, mostly on like World's Most or World's This or Top This or whatever, is almost 99% chance that it comes from Russia because that's part of their culture. You have to have a dash cam over there. Just so you can, you know what I mean, protect yourself. Americans, we don't need that. I mean, we probably need it, but we don't do it as much. We don't really ride around like that. This guy's high off meth. This white guy's high off of meth in this video. Look at this guy. Look at this shit. That's a female cop. And look at all the problems it caused. Holy shit. This is a terrible cop. Yeah, they are, man. They suck at cops, at cop being. They suck at it, man. They're awful at it, man. Even if it was a planet with all chicks shouldn't even be cops, man. She's a cop. She should be able to open the door when some fucking meth head comes up to her car. She should be able to. She shouldn't have to lock the door. That'd be worse if a cop got to lock herself inside her car. That's worse, man. Press one. That's worse. Cop hiding in her car with the doors locked. Jesus Christ, man. She should be able to open her door and engage the suspect, man. Caused all that trouble, man. Just like a woman.
How do you enter Congress with a negative net worth in 2019 and shoot up to a $30 million net worth just in 6 years? Let's ask Ilhan Omar. I expose how corrupt politicians are, so make sure you follow me. In 2019, Ilhan Omar was elected into Congress. She started her first year, and her financial disclosure for that year was a negative net worth. When this was first reported, she absolutely denied the fact that she's a millionaire. But then a couple months later, she filed her financial disclosure. We saw a 3,500 increase in net worth compared to the previous year. Now, members of the U.S. House of Representatives earn about an annual salary of $174,000. Even if she saved every penny from her salary from the last 6 years, it wouldn't be anywhere close to $30 million. So what did suddenly happen? Oh, let's look at her husband's businesses, Tim Minette. Ilhan and her husband own two businesses, one of them being a winery and the other one being a venture capital firm. 2023, the value of the winery was roughly anywhere between $15,000 to $50,000. And just a year later, that same winery is now valued at anywhere between $1 million to $5 million. If you think that's suspicious, wait till you see this venture capital business. In 2023, the company had less than $1,000 in assets. Well, a year later, this venture capital that anyone can invest into is now valued at $5 million to $25 million. And what's even crazier is that the company claims to have $60 billion in assets under management. So Ilhan, please tell us, how does this happen? Is this just by luck, or is somebody or a foreign country perhaps funding this?
Nobody goes to jail. She'll never spend a day in a courtroom. She'll never even have to go to court.
I think she's tripping.
Yeah, I knew you were one of them motherfucking niggas.
Hey, bitch.
Who the fuck? Who the fuck? Hey, get out! Fuck you, bitch!
Hey, Unc was not playing with Shorty at all. Unc made sure she touched every fucking RC2 leader in that store. Hey, why the fuck she pop up like little Billy from third grade who used to beat up nigga? Fuck you.
That's a skit. All right, man. All right, man. We gonna get up out of here, man. Salute to everybody out here, man. Salute to all you guys, man. Great show, man. Had a little bump in the road, but we made it back, man. We back in effect with a mask and the tech. Hit the like button on the way out if you haven't, man. Sponsor the show. Salute to everybody. Thank you, man. We'll be back tomorrow. Same black time, same black channel. I'm out of here.